I think it's appropriate for me on this first video to talk about sort of my mission uh, in culture, which is to keep, quite simply stated, keep traditional, biblically based, yes, biblically based parenting alive in America. One of my contentions is that I am a member of the last generation of American children who were raised the right way. Not all of us, but for the most part, most of us, the overwhelming majority of us, our parents at least had some correct semblance of an idea of what they were supposed to be doing. And ironically, I am a member of the first generation of American parents to raise their children the new way, which is the wrong way. And which is why today's parents, they really, and it was certainly true of me and Willie when we started, Willie is my wife, when we started out, we didn't know what we were doing. And I look around today in American parenting culture, and I get these glimpses, in restaurants and shopping centers and parking lots and people's houses and just random places. And I can tell that people, as well intentioned as they may be, they really don't understand what they should be doing. And if you ask them, what are you doing? They really can't give you, most of them, a coherent answer. If you ask them what their purpose is, they stammer around for a while and then they say something, well, I want my child to be happy and successful, which were uh, fairly far from my mother's mind when she was raising me as a single parent in the early 1950s. It didn't occur to her that her purpose was to make me happy and successful. She was trying to raise a good citizen, a person who would contribute positively to culture. I guess simply stated, make America a better place. And that, I think, should be the goal of every parent in America, is to simply honor this country in the way that you raise your children, and attempt in the way that you are raising your children to eventually make America a better place. And how do you do that? You raise a child who loves God and loves his neighbor. That is the great commandment, of course, if you're familiar with Scripture. The great commandment is to love God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and to love your neighbor as yourself. And for people like myself who are committed Christians, that great commandment should permeate everything we do and direct everything that we do. And even if you're not a Christian, the second half of that, love your neighbor. I often say to my audiences around the country that proper child rearing is really an act of love for your neighbor. So in the way that you are raising your children, demonstrate love for God and love for your neighbor. And then we can add in a third thing, I think, and that is just try and make America a better place, and all will likely fall into place quite nicely. So I'm John Rosemond, and I hope you've enjoyed this first venture into video. I certainly have, and wish you all well.